Hey y'all, I promise I will not be on here on long, but I wanted to share this amazing encounter with the Lord today. If y'all hear my dog whining, he right here. Y'all say hi, Snoopy. Say hi to Snoopy. Listen, while I was working today, oh my God, I went to go see a patient, and sometimes he gets a little bit of anxiety before we do his wounds. And so I'm doing his wounds, and all of a sudden, we're laughing, we're joking, we're having a good time in there because I'm trying to, keep his mood light because this patient has cussed me out. Okay. Quite a few times. If you in here, come on and say hello. I need to see y'all comments coming up so I can say what's up to y'all. But listen, he's cussed me out at least 2 weeks ago, like, hey, Lynn, good to see you. He's cussed me out like ridiculously before. Okay. And I'm like, okay, let me keep his mood light. We just being very jovial. And all of a sudden, I make a comment and I'm like, I think you seem like you're the type of person that likes baseball. And he's like, oh, yeah, I love baseball. And he goes start talking about all these baseball people that I have absolutely no knowledge about. Okay. So I finish his wounds and I go back out. And I just hear the Lord like prompting me to go back in to go talk to this patient. And I go back in, the nurses are all around, but we got students that are in there too. And I said, I just feel this prompting to ask you if you know why or how I knew that you liked baseball. And he was like, yeah, that is kind of weird. How did you know that I like baseball? And I'm like, well, Jesus told me. He was like, what? I said, Jesus told me. And he's like, man, that's so weird. He's like, yeah, that's kind of cool. And I said, well, I also get the impression that I'm supposed to tell you that if you had any doubt that Jesus was real, like this is your proof. And he just almost lost it, okay? Because he was like, he was just there a couple of days ago, and he was talking to one of his friends, and his friends was talking to him about God, and he had believed in God. He said he believed at one point, but then he started questioning God with everything that was going on in his life. And he was like, the friend told him to ask God to show him if he is real. And here I come today with a word of knowledge that he likes something as simple as baseball, and that Jesus knows him, and that Jesus sees him, and that Jesus has not forgotten about him, that he is in every situation. When I left that room, y'all, I just burst into tears. I could barely contain myself. I went out and I went and told my nurse, who is also a believer, exactly what happened. And she started tearing up. She's like, oh my God, I feel goosebumps. Like you could just feel the presence of the Lord in that moment. And it was such a beautiful moment. And I had a chance to talk to him a little bit later that day. I mean, you have to understand that this patient was very cantankerous, very upset, very mad. Like literally at one point, I couldn't even see him because he was in so much pain and he was cussing everybody out. Today, he would not stop talking to me. Okay. I kept pressing and we kept showing the love of Jesus. And he had an encounter with God today. And that just completely wrecked me. So, yeah, I'm actually bringing him a Bible next week. Like, I'm just so excited about his new found relationship that he's going to develop with the Lord. Like, he's cussing and fussing, all throughout the hallways. But it's almost as if his entire demeanor shifted, knowing that Jesus loves him and that Jesus knows him personally. This is why, y'all, I just love prophetic evangelism. I love how we listen to the Lord for ourselves. We listen to the voice of the Lord so that we can hear the heart of the Father. And it's so cool because I wasn't even pressing into an encounter with God. It just literally came out of my mouth. Literally came out of my mouth like, oh, I think you seem like the type that like baseball. thinking that I'm just soothing him, you know, so that I can do his treatments. But in all actuality, I was receiving a word of knowledge from the Lord because he wanted to encounter this guy in his everyday life while in the middle of his pain, in the middle of his turmoil. He had some other stuff that was going on that day that just could have easily taken him out, but the Lord was like, I was standing next to him when that thing came and happened to him. And it seemed like life was just so unfair. Hey, Prophet Charles, it seems like life was so unfair to him. And here Jesus came. Jesus came and introduced himself to him personally. Wrecked me today. I was bawling in the middle of the hallway, in the middle of seeing patients, because it was such a beautiful encounter. So listen, yeah. What y'all think about that? Isn't that amazing? God is amazing. Okay, I got to get out of here because I got to teach. I am teaching the School of Discipleship. But listen, if you want to come with us on a Caribbean cruise, come on, somebody say Caribbean cruise. Okay, I want to help you guys hear the voice of God and have encounters with God on a daily basis. That is my heart's desire for each and every one of you. So if you want to do it, just sign up really quickly at www. Somebody put in the comments because I can't do it on my phone. www.DrShanika's Encounters with God, all one word.com. Okay, Dr. Shanika's Encounters with God. We are going on a Caribbean cruise next year, and I'm super excited about that. We're going to do some of this prophetic evangelism, listening for the heart of the Father. We ain't trying to hold up no sign saying you going to hell. Okay, ain't nobody got no time for that. Okay, they need to hear the good news. Can somebody say good news? Okay, we ain't got time for you know, there's fire and brimstone. People in the world want to see the power of Jesus. We're going to go lay some hands on some folks on the boat. Okay, we gonna prophesy over them. Hello, yes, you gonna do it. So I am super exactly. Come on. The good news, Caribbean cruise. That's right. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta prepare for my class. I see you guys next time. This encounter wrecked me. I hope it wrecked you too. I hope that you all start to have encounters with God and you start sharing the good news of Jesus Christ, because it really is good. It is the best news. I don't know what kind of gospel we've been preaching and teaching, but if you are not being active and you are not out here in this world being an Acts church, okay, come on, somebody, we got to be the church. Come on, we ain't doing religion. Who am I talking to? We ain't doing religious practices. Come on, we are encountering Jesus on a daily basis in our lives. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon.